Well, hello, and welcome back to Zoomerang, mates. Hello. We have quite the program for you today. Oh, whoa. Look at you. Where have you been?
I went snorkeling, and guess what? I got a letter.
From the ocean?
Yeah, there's a post office in the ocean.
No way. That's impossible.
Well, you curious what's inside?
Yeah, what's inside there?
Let's see. It's a little wet. It seems to be filled with some Australian tongue twisters.
That's random. Like what?
Well, this one's about sheep. Australia does have the highest number of sheep in the country, in the entire world, so I guess it makes sense. Here's the twister. Sheep should sleep in a shed.
Whoa, that is a twister. Let's try to say that. You guys help me, okay? Sheep should sleep in the shed. Nah, that was too easy. Let's try it again 3 times fast. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Whoa.
Really good.
That is a tongue twister.
How about this one from sunny Australia? This one says, "We surely shall see the sunshine soon."
Whoa. We surely shall see the sunshine soon. Let's try that one more time. We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
Who got it?
Yeah, you all got it?
Good job.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to go get dry. I'll leave you to practice. I'll see you in a minute.
You know, I do know one more tongue twister that I learned. Let's see. She sells seashores by the seashore. You know that one? Okay, let's try it together. She sells seashells by the seashore. Wow, I can't even do it. Wow. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? And maybe some of these hints or these tongue twisters give us a hint as to where we're going today. We are? Well, before we go to our destination, why don't we invite our friend Anna, and she's going to sing some songs with us. And she's going to sing about how we are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image.
You guys, let's stand up.
Give it up for Anna. Let's cheer for Anna.
Okay, ready, watch me.
I have some ears to hear and a nose to smell, some eyes to see and a mouth to yell, a brain for reason and feet to jump, lungs for breathing and teeth to chomp. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a muscle here and a tendon there, and a stretchy skin stretching everywhere, some wiggly fingers and wavy hair, and a jumble of organs in here somewhere. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Was that fun? Yeah. Let's try it again. Get ready.
I have some ears to hear and a nose to smell, some chomp. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a muscle here and a tendon there, and stretchy skin stretching everywhere, some wiggly fingers and wavy hair, and a jumble of organs in here somewhere. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Good job, you guys. Give yourself a round of applause.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. That was a really awesome song. Now that Julia is all dried up from her underwater escapade, I have a question for you. When you were underwater, did you happen to see our animal pal for today?
What's today's animal pal?
It's coral.
Coral? Wait, aren't we supposed to be talking about animals? Isn't coral a plant?
You see, corals, or sometimes called coral polyps, they look like rocks and plants, but really, they're these teeny tiny little animals that when they die, they leave behind a skeleton that becomes like a rock. Let me explain how this works. It's kind of cool. That's coral. And corals, they're made up of all these little tiny rock skeletons. When these little tiny animals, they swim around the water, they attach themselves to hard surfaces. And when they die, they leave behind these little rock skeletons that become little tiny hard rocks that is called limestone. And what happens as more little tiny corals swim around, they attach themselves onto the other skeletons. And when they die, the rock gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And as the rock gets bigger, it attaches itself to other corals. And it becomes like a coral family, or what we know, a coral reef. Now, in Australia, we have the largest coral reef in the world. It's called the Great Barrier Reef. It is so big that you can see it from outer space. This is the little limestones. That's the little rocks that form when it dies. You see that? And there, all the way from space, you can see the coral reef, the Great Barrier Reef. Now, the Great Barrier Reef doesn't take that long to form. In fact, it was formed in just a couple thousand years, all the way back from the time of Noah's flood.
So coral colonies, they come in all different types of shapes and sizes. I have a question for you. Which part of your body is most like a computer? Who said brain? You are correct. Well, did you know that God made a type of coral called brain coral, and it looks like a human brain? Check this out. Oh, right there. Have you guys ever eaten cabbage? Well, do you like it? You love cabbage? There's a coral called cabbage coral as well. There's even a coral called fan coral. There's a coral that's called flower coral. There are so many different corals. I want you guys to stand up on your feet. Stand up nice and tall. Just like that. There's a coral called the pillar coral. You guys are standing and you look like pillars. Well, there's a coral called the pillar coral as well. There's also the Elkhorn coral. Make some reindeer ears. Antlers. Doesn't that look like reindeer antlers? It's called the Elkhorn Coral.
Wow. Let me see. God is amazing, isn't he? God made so many different kinds of corals, something that looks like a brain, like antlers. But you know what all of these corals have in common? They all need to eat and they need to defend themselves like we do. You know, like you guys learned, from the time of Adam and Eve, when they sinned, the whole world was affected and it fell under a curse. And even corals. So whenever little fishies sometimes swim by the coral will shoot out this little tiny harpoon and it will go straight through the fish and it spreads poison all over. The fish freezes and then it comes out and eats him. Yeah. The coral also was created to defend itself. Sometimes when the water gets really, really warm and the sun shines through, the coral will put up like this mucus, this kind of membrane around itself, so that the sun rays wouldn't shine through and hurt it. Another thing that happens is sometimes sand will fall on top of the coral, and it can't feel its way out to go and catch its prey like the fishies. So it has like these little windshield wipers that it takes the sand off so that it could see and catch its food. Isn't that cool? Wait up. Of course, God made everything for a reason. God made the corals for a reason, and he made us for a reason. And that is to shine and to show his glory. What's up, little one? Hi, Rachel. I want to read one verse to you. It's Psalm 139, where it says that God made us with a great care and purpose. You know that you are all fearfully and wonderfully made, and everything that was created for a purpose. And that's what we'll be learning today in our lesson. Now, if you can all stand with me, and we're going to pray, and we're going to ask God to bless us, because we can't do this without God, right, kids? All right, let's pray. Lord, we ask you to bless us today as we have our games and our time together, as we explore these lessons, and as we learn to glorify your name. Teach us, Lord, with your own hands. Do your work within our lives, Lord, especially within the lives of these children. You know the amount of exposure that happens around them in schools and the amount of lies that are told to them. But let them see the truth, Lord. Let them see that you are the good creator, that you created heaven and the earth and every little animal, including these awesome corals. May your name be praised. Amen. All right, guys, go with your coordinators and go to your stations.
Maybe I'll go in Russian and you can go in English. Because most of them speak Russian. Здравствуйте! И мы сегодня снова встречаемся, да? Вы помните, кто у нас вчера был? Animal Pal? Кто? Как его звали? Jumping Jack, the kangaroo, right? Правильно, кенгуру был сегодня. А сегодня у нас...
Кораллы.
Да, видите, где кораллы? Вот здесь кораллы. А это что такое?
Черепаха.
Черепаха. Это рыбки. И где они все находятся? В воде. Ага, у вас водичка тоже, да? Водичка. Okay. Daniel is going to join me.
Hey mates, we're actually going to study today. We're going to be having a whole pack of lesson for you today. Today we're going to be taking an adventure from traveling from Uluru, and we're going to head over to the ocean area. So if you guys want to all stand up, let's all stand up. Let's put our hands like this, like we're going to fly. Let's get ready to fly, like we're going to fly over to the ocean. Fly into the ocean. I guess just fly, fly, fly. Okay, landing into the ocean. And this is fly into the ocean. And we'll be landing now. Like land down into the ocean. And we all sit down.
Окей. Садитесь. Вы видели всякие кораллы, да? Какие разные они бывают. Давайте мы также будем делать... А?
У нас из дома коралл твердый.
И у вас дома. Давайте мы также сделаем разные кораллы. Делайте разные кораллы. Какой коралл хотите делать? Показывайте. Какой коралл? Разные, да? Всякие разные вы видели кораллы. Да? И вы будете разные кораллы показывать.
So what we're going to learn about today, remember we talked about at the beginning? We were learning about who was our new pal that we're learning about today? The great coral.
Yeah.
This is the great coral reef that we're talking about. How far can we see it from? Do you guys remember? It was learned about in the front, at the beginning. We can actually see it from space. Remember, the great big space. We can actually see it from. It's so huge. Like I said, talked about, it came from when Noah was around. Okay. So now we're going to move on. We're going to try to do some activities with you guys. So we're going to split up. And we're going to do some activities. David will take a few of you guys. So split.
Yeah,
split
we'll
in
split
half.
like this.
Split in half.
Как вчера.
And then we'll switch. Okay.
А Вика куда? А Вика куда? А Вика куда? Не, это... А ты куда? Не, я. Можно я пошел? Нет, можно. Можно я сам? Я хочу сам. Я не хочу.
Все, садитесь вокруг здесь.
Я опять here.
Так, хорошо.
Okay. You guys want to come over here?
Что мы сегодня будем
Okay,
делать?
so over here, guys.
Мы будем что-то искать в песочке, правильно?
So what we're gonna
Yeah,
do.
we're going to find something in the sand. What do you see in the sand?
Посмотрите, как
Давайте посмотрим, что давайте. Давайте уже ставьте, вокруг ставьте.
I know there's a couple.
Смотри.
Подождите, Игорь, come here. Окей, подождите, давайте мы подождем. Давайте мы не трогаем, хорошо, как мы не будем поломать. Хорошо? Давайте еще. Окей, мы switch. Окей, пошлите, пойдем туда. Девочки, let's go. Пошлите. Садись. Элла, садись. Интересно.
Косточки, правильно, там, вот там, и вам. Значит, ищите косточки, голову и складывайте. Вы можете вместе складывать.
Одну.
Ищите песочку. Да, еще ищите, складывайте. Хорошо.
Что вы думаете?
Попробуйте. Вот смотрите, вот голова, что еще нужно? Это что такое? Руки, да. Вот, еще складываем. Поделись, вот посмотри, там еще что-то, да? А ну смотри, что еще здесь? А где еще? А, все? Еще одна голова. А ну давай. Смотри, еще одна голова. А ну,
Так, он достает.
давайте мы все вместе. Вот он. Давайте откладываем. Сделаем. Сделали? Ничего, главное, что вы сделали. Сделай так. Они уже все мысли сделали. Очень хорошо. Хорошо, давайте вы песочек оставляете здесь. Осторожно.
Какой звук? Какой звук? Вот так. Что мы делаем? Вот вы есть суперфорд. Чистим зубки. Где чистим зубком? Хорошо, давайте мы садимся на наши места. Everybody sit down to your spots. Да, мы будем похоже, хорошо? Окей, все садимся, давайте мы... Мы будем вам давать второй день стикера, хорошо? Вы будете ставить ваши карты. Так. Доставайте, девушки, доставайте ваши карты.
Вот это
We're ready to go to the next one, right? Okay. Can we have Psalms 139:14, please? Let's see, there go. 139:14.
Okay, guys, write down. Come on.
Okay. So I go with the first one, right? Все. They're giving up stickers. Okay. Так, давайте мы будем продолжать, чтобы мы прошли через все. Хорошо? Давайте посмотрим стих, который сегодняшний стих, да? Что здесь написано? Потому что я дивно устроил. For I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Хорошо? Слушаем, детки? Давайте мы что-то интересное посмотрим. Can we go back to the PowerPoint? Что мы с вами искали, когда в песочке? Что вы там искали? Косточки. Bones, скелет, а? Ну, он улыбается, он хороший. Значит, давайте мы что-то посмотрим. Вот смотрите. Видите кукла? У нее нет скелета. Смотрите, что она делает. Видите? Она не может правильно прямо стоять. Вот смотрите, если мы поставим, она упала, правильно? Не может стоять. Почему? У нее нет косточек, правильно? There's no bones in it. Okay. Давайте мы попробуем. Поднимите ручки ваши. А вы думаете, кукла может поднять ручки? Нету косточек. Хорошо. Давайте мы посмотрим ваши косточки. Вы знаете, что вы не можете их увидеть, но можете почувствовать. Возьмите вот так, сделайте одной рукой. И попробуйте здесь. Твердо, правда? Это что такое? Это ваши косточки. А это тоже косточки. Да, у вас есть косточки. Вы не можете их увидеть, но вы можете их почувствовать. Я сейчас вам еще что-то интересное покажу. Так, что это такое? Видите?
Это когда в поломке.
Нет, это маленький рис. Видите рис? Здесь в пакетике.
Да.
Правда он маленький?
Да.
А вы знаете, что у вас есть одна косточка, и она такая маленькая, как этот рис. Очень маленькая косточка. А вы знаете, где она у вас? В ушке. У вас в ушке есть маленькая косточка. Хотя она такая маленькая, она делает, что нужно делать. И не ломается. Вы ее там не найдете, но она там у вас есть. Давайте мы все встанем вместе. Давайте мы все встанем. Как вы думаете, кукла может прыгать? Нет. А вы можете прыгать? Давайте проверим. А ну давайте, все попрыгаем. Это значит, у вас есть что? Косточки у вас есть. Хорошо. Вот мы, значит, нашли, что у вас есть косточки. Хорошо. А теперь сейчас садитесь. Сейчас Даниил покажет вам за нос. He's gonna show you about the nose. Okay. You can switch to the nose if you like.
All right, guys, this is our nose. Do we all have noses? Is this my nose? Look at nose. Where's our nose? Right here. What do we do with our noses? What do we do with our nose? Yeah. Yes, we smell. God gave us a great scent of smell to be able to smell. And guess what? I'm smelling something. Yo, what's that smell? Someone's socks? What? Our feet? Phew, it's a stinky smell. So we're going to do a lesson we're actually going to take. And we have some things for you guys to smell. I want to see if you guys can tell me what you're smelling, okay? So we'll start with this one first. Okay. Okay. Pass it around. Smell.
И передавайте дальше. Возьмите. Возьми. Понюхай.
Понюхай. What do you guys smell?
I smell pineapple.
This one's like a citrus smell. Next one. Let's try this next one. By looking at it, what do you guys think? Okay.
Yep, smells like coffee. Everything smells like coffee.
You smell?
Oh yes, that is every
Okay.
day.
Yeah,
Coffee.
coffee. Good. Okay, let's try this next one.
And I'm like, it looks like hot chocolate.
This one.
Is it coffee or hot chocolate? And I smell it. Only with the smells. They are smells like mint.
Yeah, that's right. It smells like mint. Okay, last one. See what this one smells like. Nathan, you want to try? You want to smell? You want to smell? No? Okay. Start. You smell.
It smells like sour candy.
This one actually I think is smelling like vanilla. You know what vanilla is? You know, like vanilla ice cream? That's what that. Okay. We'll have one more. This one I think, or that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one. I was wrong on the last one. This is the last one. Let's you guys smell this one.
Can we all smell it?
Yep, I'll pass it around so you all can smell.
Oh, it smells like lemon. It smells like sour. I've tasted that.
No, we've all probably tried them before.
Me too.
I'll give you a hint. Sometimes we have it whenever we have. Sometimes when we do hot dogs. Sometimes we do it with hamburgers.
It smells like mustard. Or like ketchup. I don't know. I just smell it smells like
Inside.
it smells like bread.
Guys can guess? What do you guys think?
Какой это запах?
No.
I think I
something sour, something used for hamburgers and hot dogs sometimes.
Not ketchup, but it's close. I think I need ketchup.
No, but if you think of mustard, no, I'm sorry. It's actually pickle juice. For pickles. Pickle juice. So as you can tell, our nose is very strong. Do you know an animal that has maybe a stronger smell than we guys do?
Знаете животное, которое очень сильный нос? Animal, которое чует очень сильно. Elephant?
Elephant? No.
Какие еще животные? Кто может сказать?
I can't. Yes, a dog. Our dog has a strong smell. Has a strong sense of smell. Okay. So as you can see, our nose, God's given us a nose to smell. It's very important for us to smell, so it helps us with being able to see what's going on. For certain smells, so when something smells bad, like when we have different food, different things that are like on sours, like soured milk, so we can be ready to be able to understand why we don't need to eat those kind of food. Okay? So I'm going to pass it on to David. He's going to do the next one.
Так, а как вы думаете, что следующее? Давайте мы посмотрим. Следующее у нас руки. У кого есть руки? А ну покажите. У вас всех есть ручки, да? Так, у вас всех есть ручки. Хорошо. Yeah, but you have two hands, right? You have two hands? Everybody has two hands, да? Хорошо. И вы можете попробовать, правда? Можете попробовать что-то, что горячее, правильно? Вы пробовали что-то горячее раньше ручками, да? Печет, да? А что-то холодное пробовали? Вы лед когда-то пробовали, он холодный, правильно?
Ваши ручки встают холодные?
А как вы думаете, если бы вы попробовали и вы не почувствовали, что бы было бы? Вот вы хотите что-то скушать, попробовали, и вы не знаете, горячее или холодное. Вы могли бы что-то очень горячее скушать, правда? А так вы пробовали, печет, все, мы не будем сейчас кушать, правильно? Это все Бог так интересно сделал. Вот посмотрите ваши пальчики. Вот посмотрите на ваши пальчики. Вы видите маленькие линии на ваших пальчиках? А знаете, для чего Бог их сделал? Чтобы вы что-то могли брать, и оно не пало. Вот попробуйте сзади на руки. Правда нету таких маленьких линий? Потому что вы же не берете так, правильно? А так вы что-то берете. И оно помогает вам что-то держать. Видите? Я могу двумя пальчиками держать, и оно не падает. One finger. Хорошо, давайте мы сейчас попробуем с вами игру поиграть. Так, мне нужно два волонтера. Два волонтера. Так, хорошо. Вика, выбирай два, потому что... Выходите наперед. Ну, только про кабак. Okay, put your hands behind your back. Okay, take the ball without your hands, and try. Can you take a ball without your hands?
Yes, I can.
Can you take a ball without your hands? Are you sure?
I could do it with my hands.
You can your arms. Okay, what about without your hands? Можешь без ручек взять мячика?
Yes,
Как без ручек? Видите, вы даже мячик не можете взять без ручек.
я могу.
А ну попробуй. А ну попробуй. Не получается, да? Почти не получается. А ручкой можно. А ну. Ну да, это...
Давайте мы все попробуем.
Попробуйте. Кто хочет попробовать? Так. Так, ты уже пробовал. Без ручек нужно взять.
Наши ручки.
Так. А мячик давайте вперед.
Дай Давиду мяч, а вы хватите ручки.
Кто может взять мячик? Без ручек. Бери. Ну попробуй. А, падает. А, you using your hands. Окей. Окей. Хорошо. Попробовали. Садитесь. Видите? А ну давай попробуй. А, падает. Все. Хорошо. Мы больше не будем. Берите, садитесь. Ничего. Садитесь, вы в другую еще игру потом поиграете. Хорошо, сейчас будете выходить. Так, кто не пробовал? Так, не обманывайте, кто не пробовал, потому что кто-то точно не пробовал. Выходи. Вот возьми свой пальчик и положи так, как я. Большой пальчик. А теперь возьми карандаш. Правда нелегко держать? Неудобно. А ты смогла бы писать так? Видите, даже маленький пальчик, и уже тяжело. Так? Давайте. А ну попробуем. Аня, ты думаешь, ты сможешь писать без своего большого пальчика?
Смотрите, Аня сможет писать?
Не может. Даже тетя Аня и она не может писать. Никто не сможет писать. Видите, маленький пальчик. Хорошо, садитесь. Все, садитесь. Садитесь на ваши места. Okay, have a seat. And we're going to the next level, which is going to be your eyes.
So next topic is our eyes. See? God's given us eyes so we can see. Do you know why we have eyes? Yeah. What? Yes, so we can see people. So we don't bump into things. It's also for us to be able, so we can look out for danger and look for things so we don't get ourselves in trouble, keep us out of trouble. That's why we have our eyes. God has created us all different too. If we all look through this mirror. You guys can kind of take a peek, look into you guys' eyes. Can you guys tell me any color, what's a little bit different from everybody with our eyes?
Смотрите на глазки. Какие у ваших цвета глаза?
See? What kind of different color eyes do you see? See? See, God's created us all different. We all have different eye colors. So we can all have different, for a reason for us to be able to see. Okay? That's why it's so important for us to be able to see. And you can see, like for myself, my eyes, I have special things on my eyes to help me see. See? What do I have on my eyes? If I take my glasses off, if I take them off, look. See? I can't see you guys. You're all blurry. So I have to have special glasses to be able to see, to help me see, so I can be like you guys, so I can see long distance and stuff. Because if I don't have them, then I can't see. So that's why so sometimes we have to get help because our eyes can sometimes go bad. So we have to get extra help. So that's why we go to the eye doctor sometimes to be able to see. Okay? So now we're going to go on to a new topic. Remember our favorite puppet that we met yesterday? Where is he at? You guys know? As we could see that, we're all going to have something special. What's his name? Can you guys tell me what his name is? No. His name is Sydney. Sydney's going to help us along this path right now. Sydney's going to come along and he's going to help us teach this lesson to us, okay? Hey Sydney, where are you?
Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
What's he singing, guys? Listen.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
Hi Sydney, how are you doing today?
I am doing great.
Awesome. What was that song that you were singing?
Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
You guys want to join in?
Yes.
You guys know that song? Okay, let's stand up, guys, real quick. Let's go and try to sing the song with Sydney, okay? Ready? 1, 3.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and
toes.
Knees and toes. Eyes and ears and nose and mouth. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes. Great job, everyone. Hey. So, Sydney, can you tell us about what God's created up for us?
God made her head.
Yes, he absolutely did. He made our head.
And God made his shoulders.
And our shoulders too. He made our shoulders too, you guys.
And God made our knees and toes.
And our knees and toes as well. Those are very important.
And God made her brain and his heart and her lungs and his fingers and his nose and his eyes and his ears and his tongue and his teeth and his legs and her arms.
Yeah, it's so much stuff God's created. So it's so important. We've got to have all this that God's created for all of us. But,
You are fearfully made.
Yeah.
That sounds scary.
It's not actually scary. Too scary. We're wonderfully and fearfully made. God created us for a purpose. So we're so wonderful. That's why He's created us to be fearful over Him, because He wants us because out of love.
Oh, that is very nice.
Okay. So that's why God has created us, each and every one of us, to be able to have a life. So we have important features that God has created us. So
That is marvelous. Everyone is marvelous.
yeah,
What is marvelous?
marvelous.
Yeah.
Marvelous is something that's showing us that we're just so wonderfully, because this great design that God has created us of our human body. Because with evolution, they tell us different. They tell us, like how we learned in the past about missing links that we came from apes, but that's not true. So that's why it's so important to know that our human body is what's important, that God has created it for a purpose.
So all of God's works is marvelous?
Yes, God's work is all marvelous. He did not make no mistake when He created us.
Well, I am thankful, and I do want to please God.
All right, so we're going to say goodbye to Sydney today, okay, guys? Sydney's
Bye,
going to say bye,
boys.
Sydney. We'll see him next time, okay? All right, so our steak that we'll be learning today, as you guys heard yesterday, you guys remember what the steak was that you guys were supposed to remember? No? I am wonderfully made. Psalms 139:14. We're gonna try again. Let's try again. I am wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made. Good job, guys. Okay.
Давайте мы посмотрим, который стих будет на завтра, да?
Let's look at one from
Luke
the-
6:31. Luke 6:31. Посмотрим, что там написано. И как хотите, чтобы с вами поступали, так и вы поступайте с ними. What does it say in English?
It says, as you wish that others would do to you, do so to them.
Yeah? Это стих ваш на завтра. Да? Хорошо. Вы сейчас пойдете уже на другую станцию. Хорошо? Посидите еще чуть-чуть. О, все, вы слышите колокольчик. Alright. So this one starts at 6:05, so we got 5 minutes, and then goes up to 6:45. Huh? It's difficult. Even now.
How's it going today? Not good? You doing fist bump? How's it all doing? How are you guys doing today? Good? Alright, do you guys remember what we covered yesterday? What we studied about?
Monkey humans.
Correct, monkey humans. What do we call them? Do you guys remember?
Millennials.
No. They were apes, yes, but there was a special name that we named them. Missing links. That's right. So missing links is what we were covering yesterday. And some of them were like Lucy. We had the Neanderthals. One short for ram. You guys remember any other names? There was the Nebraska man. Okay. Florida man. No. Today, though, we're going to go, instead of studying about what we learned about yesterday from Ulu Rock, we're actually going to a new destination today, as you learned at the very beginning. We're going to be flying over to the ocean called to the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, that's where we're going next. So I'm going to hand it over to David, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the Great Barrier Reef.
Hey guys, nice to see all of you. Okay, we're going to learn something else today. So, the Great Barrier Reef, and what do we have here? We have some fish that live there, and we heard Paul talking about the fish. Turtles, yep, very nice, and turtles, and coral. But you know, those are not the only animals that live there. First of all, do you know how big the Great Barrier Reef is? Okay, how big is it? It's huge, okay. It is more the size than more than 70 million football fields. So if you have 70 million football fields, you pile them all up, that is a lot. That's really, really big. Okay, let's see, what else lives there? There's whale sharks, there's sea turtles, manta rays, sea snakes, giant clams, seahorses, mantis shrimp. Nope, doesn't say anything about eels. There's even interesting fish. There's one that's called clownfish. Clownfish, yep. It's actually a pretty scary fish. Do you guys think you would want to go scuba diving there? Are you sure?
No, there's
Snakes? Well, I don't know about snakes, but there are actual dangerous animals there. So there's a fish called stonefish, and there's a blue ring octopus, and box jellyfish. Do you know jellyfish are really actually very dangerous? Yes. Do you know in California we have dangerous jellyfish that you can't touch when you see it on the sand? You shouldn't be touching it, especially. Well, you know, but you might get paralyzed. So yeah, we got some actual pretty scary fish here too. And of course, what do we have here? A lot of coral. Coral. Yep, that's the coral. All right. Let's go back to Daniel.
All right, you guys knew who we talked about, of our friend that lives in, what is our pal today? Shimmer. Shimmer's a coral reef. Is the coral reef alive? Is it an animal? Yeah. Yes, it's an animal. Do you remember how it thrives?
Yeah, yes, and then they die.
Good. Correct. Correct. Just like Shimmer does, like the coral reef of animals, we too are like an animal. We're considered a mammal, but we're going to learning for our body parts. We're actually going to learn some different parts of our body that God has created for all of us. You guys know what this is? Who has a skeleton? Everyone? Yeah, we all have skeletons. They're so important to keep us strong.
Yeah, ear bones.
I have them right here.
See what David has is in his hand? What is that? Doll?
It's a rag doll.
Rag doll.
Yes.
Do,
So, what is the thing about rag dolls? They don't have what? No bones, which is what we're talking about. All right, do you think this doll could stand up on its own? Yep. Okay, what else can it raise her arms?
Yeah, do it.
Can he hold by herself? What about you guys?
How
Can
about
you
you guys?
hold?
Can you stand up? Let's stand up, see what you guys can
All right, let's go. Let's see how long you can hold your hands in front of you. Come on, all the way up so it's
Yes,
nice.
how far
Come
can
on,
you-
boys, stand up. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Okay, let's see. Let's count. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not that difficult, is it? Okay, how about let's try standing on one leg. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how about close your eyes at the same time? How about put your hands in front of you? How about spin? No? Nobody's spinning? Okay. Okay, you can guys sit down.
You guys stand.
You can guys
you-
sit down.
Okay. That's why it's so important that God's created us to have a structure of our bones. Okay? There's one important bone. Do you guys know what is one of the smallest bones in our body?
The ear bone.
Yeah. Do you know how small it is?
It's smaller than a penny.
No. It's about as small as rice. It's inside our ear. Here's some rice. One little grain of rice
Nope.
is about the size of the ear in our ear, the bone in our ear. That helps us to hear. Okay. So now David's going to go on and we're going to talk about
Okay, no,
next topic.
you got.
Oh, sorry, the nose. I'll be doing the nose as well. So our nose is very important as well. God's created our nose. Okay? Our nose helps us to smell. And it's very important. We need to have our nose. Helps us to breathe, for an oxygen, so we can breathe in and out to our lungs. As well, it helps us to keep things safe from us for different barriers. So like if you know when we have certain foods that we might eat, or when things go bad, like if any of you have smelled maybe like say, possibly like a poison, or you can smell like say soured milk. Would we drink that? No, because of our nose tells us that it's a very potent smell that we don't need because it's spoiled, so we shouldn't drink that. Okay? So that's why it's very important to use our nose to help us to smell things. And then it can also tell us when things smell bad. So sometimes when we take off our shoes and we've been working all day and we take off our shoes and when we smell our feet, what do they smell like? It can smell bad, right? Like rotten eggs, right? So that just warns us that maybe we should go take a shower because our feet stink. So right now, we're going to give you guys a little experiment. We're going to pass around, let you guys smell, see if you guys can tell us what you're smelling, so you can see how powerful your guys' nose are.
I have
Okay.
one for you.
So we'll start with the first one. See if you guys, I'm going to pass it around the first row, and then we'll do the next row for the next one, okay? You guys can just kind of yell out what you guys think it might be. No? Close. This,
No,
I
it's
wouldn't doubt
cotton.
eating
You
it.
can't eat it.
All I could say, I'll give you a hint. Sometimes we use it for our hamburgers and hot dogs. No. This is actually was a pickle juice. No.
That's this.
Okay. We'll check with the next row for the next one.
No, I mean yes. Oh, that's soy sauce.
Just think about this one. Huh? Coffee. Yep. That's what it is. It's coffee. Okay. Next one.
Bro, tofu is disgusting. It smells sweet.
What does it smell like? Like a lemon or orange? Yep, that's what that one is. Okay. try this one. Start in the back this time. What's that one? What do you guys think it is? Mint or menta. Okay.
Last one.
This is the last one. We'll do the first row and second row, okay? So you guys can get the chance of it.
Yes, somebody did that.
Close, but not quite. Nope. Nope. It's actually vanilla. Imitation vanilla, like sometimes you use it when you're making homemade ice cream. Vanilla extract. So you can see our nose can be very powerful to distinguish different smells. That's why God created it for us for that reason, so we can keep us out of danger. But there's one animal that we all might have as pets. To give you a hint, it has a stronger smell than we do. Do you guys know what it is? Yeah, a dog. A dog's smell is a lot stronger than us. Good job. All right, so now we're going to turn it over to David. He's going to go to the next section.
So what do you think is the next one? What is one of the awesomest things that is inside your body? Brain's a good guess. It's your DNA. It makes you who you are. So do you see some of you have blue eyes, somebody has brown or hair color, or the shape of your nose, or whatever it is, it's all in there. So we'll make a little experiment. We'll pass out a piece of paper and a marker, and you get to write your own made-up DNA. So you can use any letters from the alphabet in any way you want to. And we'll see how similar or different they are. Just grab a marker. Yep. Okay. Write down any sequence that you want to, and you can use any letters from the alphabet. Well, no, in a line. Well, yeah, because DNA, see how it's perfectly one after another? Well, you're not going to do exactly that, but you can do something similar. All right, who has something? All right, read the first 5. Does anyone have ZBADY? No? Come on, you should have guessed it. No, it's really, really difficult. So each one of you is writing something very different that nobody else has. And that's what exactly is inside of you. The DNA is put in such a way that nobody else has it. It might be similar, but nobody is exactly the same. And that makes all the difference. That's why you look like yourself. And even though your siblings have similar DNA, they are actually very different from you. How they look and how they behave, right? You might have a sibling that likes to play outside while you might like to read books, or the other way around. They want to stay home on the side and you want to go play outside all the time. So what is DNA? DNA is like a library. All right, guys, you guys listen up, okay? DNA is like a library. It keeps all the important information that your body uses and uses it. If it wasn't there, you wouldn't be able to exist. So, Adam and Eve, the first people, had perfect DNA. Because now we don't have perfect DNA. But they had perfect DNA. And that's why they could live for so long. Do you know how long they lived?
Yeah. 900 years?
Yeah, but 800-900 years. That's how long the first people lived. We can't live that long anymore. Because our DNA is so corrupt it's so broken that we don't get to live as long. But God created people in the beginning that they could live for so long. All right, let's do a next one, and that's going to be our hands. And I'll do our hands as well, and then Daniel will do the other two. Okay? All right, our hands. So you would think, hands, they're not a big part of your body, right? It's pretty small. Okay, I want a few volunteers. Who wants to volunteer? All right. Dina, you're the teacher. Pick two of your students. All right, come up. Put your hands behind your back. So you can't use your hands. Come on, Angelina. Come over here. Come closer. Okay. Do you think you can grab the ball and pass it on to Jonathan? Yeah. Okay, try it.
Try.
No. Take it and pass it on. No, kick it. What about you? Do you think you can do that?
By my mouth.
Go for it. Hey, hands, look at that. Okay, do you think anybody else want to try? Okay, come on up. Okay, come on up. We'll just do it at a time. Okay, you guys can sit down. Okay, hands behind your back. No, you gotta take it. Oh, no.
Wow, it's a circle.
How about you? How are you gonna take it? Oh, there you go. Somebody can do it. Okay, now pass it on to Jake. Oh, not so easy. Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys can sit down. So you would think, right? Hand, just a small part of your body, but without your hands, you could have a hard time passing on the ball. Okay. Why don't you look at your fingers? Look at your fingers. Do you see the little lines?
Yeah.
Look closer then. Yes, fingerprints. Do you know that has another reason for those lines?
Yeah.
Go ahead and feel it with the other hand. Does it feel like a little bit rough? A little bit. It's actually for holding things. So you have the little lines that help you hold things. See, you can hold it with 2 fingers and it doesn't fall off. On the back of your hand, you don't have that. So your fingers are designed by God so you can hold things. Okay. You have markers. And you have, flip it on the other side of the DNA. And this is what you're going to do. Take the marker. But first, you're going to take your thumb and you're going to put it inside your hand. So you can only use these 4 fingers and see if you can write any letters with them. These 4 fingers.
Any letter?
Any letters that you can. Try. Without using your thumb. Your thumb has to be tucked in.
I never mind. Like that?
Yeah, you can do that. Write something. Write a few letters.
My marker's on. This weird.
Okay, well, go ahead and find it because we'll need it for next class. It's not very easy, is it? Let me look at your letters. Yeah, they're smiley face.
F-L-I.
Okay. Well, some of you are learning it. Okay, you actually have to put it inside. There you go.
Oh.
Okay. It's pretty interesting, right? Okay. Why don't you close the markers and give them right back to me. Okay. Come on. Your markers.
Wow. Can I just read my handwriting?
Okay. Let me show you something else. All right. Imagine that you're sitting and you take with your hand a slice of pizza and you put it in your mouth and eat it. You know? Okay. Think about this. When you're doing that, you're using 30 joints and 50 muscles in your hands and arms just to do that. With your hand and arm, you're using 30 joints and 50 muscles to grab something, put it in your mouth. See? That's what it says. Whatever you're eating. You don't think about it, right? It's so easy. So many different muscles in your arm and in your hand are working at the same time for you to be able to do that. All right. I'll pass it on to Daniel because we're going to talk about the other things.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next topic that God has created for us. Do you guys know what that is? Eyes. Our eyes are very important. What do they help us do?
They help us see.
Good. Sometimes, sometimes people like myself, I have to have special lenses to help me see, because I have to have glasses or contact lenses because my eyes are not as good as some of you guys'. So I have to go see an eye doctor to be able to help me see a little bit better. So our eyes are very important to us to help us to see, because if we can't see, we won't be able to avoid danger that comes ahead of us. And God has given us special lenses to be able to see. And also, if we look at the eye, the very beginning of our eye, do you guys know what that is? That little black area right there? That's our pupil. The pupil helps what? You guys know? No, a pupil is to help let light, when you look at light, when things are light or dark, it helps adjusting the lights for the lighting, for like brightness and covering, when you're at night and you're seeing the stars, our pupil gets big. But then when we're in a room like this, when we have lighting or we're out in daylight, our pupils are small because it helps us to see a little bit better. Then we have in the back of our eye, or the lens part right here, it's like where our cornea is. It's helping us to be, that's our focusing ability. That's the lens. The lens helps us to focus, so it can send the messages like a camera does, like when we have a regular camera and when we take pictures. But our eye is 10 times better than a man-made camera. But it works in the same principle, okay? So that's why it's so important to be able to see. And the other parts of our eyes, these part here, like the little veins and stuff, these things here, helps us to distinguish color. So we can see what is like red, green, blue, so we can distinguish the color between the different eyes, okay? And when we look at so as we can see, when we go back to the eye, so what do you guys think this is? Another thing about our eyes I almost forgot is he gets prepared and cutting this onion. And also our eyes are like our muscles. So when we flex our muscles, our eye has a bunch of muscles in our eyes. So when it blink and close, that's what happens. So what do you guys think is going to happen when David cuts the onion?
Okay, we need a volunteer.
Who wants to be a volunteer?
Okay. You girls pick one of the volunteers. Come on up. Okay, you're going to be real close right here. Stay right here and you're going to be watching the onion. Come on. On your knees you go. Let's see if we can make you cry. All the nice juices.
Can I eat it after?
I don't know.
I really want to.
I don't know if this onion is strong enough. Do you feel like you want to cry? Not yet?
See, our eyes are very sensitive. So that's why we have glands like when
No
our
crying.
eyes.
All right, you're not a crier. You can go back.
So our eyes, we have what they call
Sure.
glands in our eyes. To call our eye ducts that helps us to help cleanse our eyes, to wash it like a windshield wiper does with a vehicle. So that's what that's for. To be able to help us to cleanse like all the dirty filth around, so we can be able to see clearly with sharpness. Okay. I'm not sure how good the onion is, so I wouldn't test it, but okay. All right. So next topic, we're going to move on to the mouth. What do we use our mouth for? Yeah, we can use it for breathing. What else can we use it for? Eating. Yep, talking. We also use it. There's a lot of taste buds in our mouth as well to help us to taste various foods. Some things that are sour, some things that are sweet. Those are the taste buds on our tongue to tell us which is which. But also we use our teeth. What are the importance of our teeth? To eat, yep. We have various teeth as well. Front teeth will be like to help us to cut. We have our canine teeth to be like our dog, has the sharp teeth to help rip things away. And our back molars, those are helping us to be able to process the food to make it more and tangible to make it easier for us to swallow. Okay? So if we look with the mirror, this mirror, we're going to actually look at two things actually. Combining what we did with our eyes and with our mouth. So when you're looking in the mirror, look at your eyes. What do you see? You see yourself, but you see that we all have different eye colors, different shades. We have our eyebrows, eyelids, right? Now look at when you guys open your mouth. When you guys open your mouth, you can see you have a tongue. You see the different teeth that you might have. Those are very important for us to be able to, when we have food to eat, when we want to talk, when we want to breathe. They're very important. So as you guys can see, God has created us for an important reason. To be able to see, to be able to taste, to be able to breathe. It's very important. Because if we didn't have these senses to be able to do these different functions, then it's going to be very difficult for us to survive in this world, because we need to have these in order to survive. And these are to help us to stay out of danger. Okay. So as we look at the memory verse, our memory verse for today is, I praise you for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful and your works, my soul knows it very well.
Okay, so I want to ask you a few questions. Okay, question number 1. What is something cool you have learned about your body that you did not know?
That it grows in like the morning or like stops growing.
Okay, so you stop growing. That's right. With your hand and your arm, you use at least 50 muscles. What else? Say again? Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's look at the second question. Think about something you like to do. It could be a sport, a hobby, something like that. Have you ever thanked God for giving you the mind and the body to be able to do your favorite activity? Think about it. Whatever you like to do, and you typically use your mind and your body to do it. Did you ever thank God that you were able to do that God gave you your mind and your body to do it? Something that you could be thankful for. Okay, here's a very interesting question. We have amazing bodies, right? As we have been looking. Now, do you know there's people who can't see, they're blind, or people who can't hear, they're deaf? Do you think God made them perfectly? Interesting question, right? If we are fearfully and wonderfully made, does God make mistakes? No. So there must be a purpose for it, right? So those people are made perfectly, even though they have imperfections. But there was a purpose to it. So whenever you see a person, don't think that person was a mistake. There was a purpose to that person, why God made so. I think a really good example is Nick Vujicic, right? Is his name. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen him? No. He doesn't have any legs, just a little piece, and no arms. He preaches, right? And he shows that even in his condition, where most people wouldn't want to do anything, he's able to praise the Lord. And I think you will say, okay, well, why was he born like that? And I'm sure he was asking himself. Maybe one of the reasons that he could talk to other people who don't have hands or arms or legs, and they can look at him and say, well, if he who doesn't have arms and legs is able to praise the Lord, then maybe me missing something, I could praise the Lord too. So if you have some disease, maybe you're wearing glasses, as Daniel was saying, and you think, other people don't have to. Well, it's something that God has maybe to remind you. We're all people. And for us to know that other people sometimes are suffering as well. Okay, let me ask you another question. Thinking about what we talked about today, what word would you use to describe God? Perfect. Holy. Creative. God. Think. Creator. Okay. All-knowing. Okay, so our God is pretty perfect. He's pretty smart. He does a lot of really awesome things. Okay, last question. How does it make you feel knowing that you are wonderfully made? You feel good or bad about it? Yeah, that all-powerful Creator put in time to make you the way you are. That's pretty awesome. He wanted you to be exactly like you are. And sometimes you might think, oh, maybe, I'm not as pretty or something else, or tall or skinny as somebody else. But God wanted to and created you just the way you are. He wanted to make you this way. Okay, Daniel will also ask you a few questions then.
So we're going to review a little bit. So let's review the questions. Okay. So, who was our animal pal today? Shimmer was our pal, yeah. Okay. Second. What two words are used in our memory verse today of 139:14 that describe how you're made? Good. Yes or no? Does fearfully mean that we should be afraid?
No.
Why not?
Because you shouldn't be afraid of
Yes. Because we are His masterpiece, especially remarkably made in great care and purpose, and should be awe in of God and all His creation. Another yes or no? Are people who live with disabilities created in God's image with a great care and purpose? Yes, he is. Just as David is talking about with Nick, he has been given a gift. He's been given the gift to be able to speak. Sometimes when people have disabilities, our disabilities that we may have, like Nick, or other people that have a disability, sometimes God may use them in a different way. He might be able to be reached. He can probably use his disability to reach other people that don't have a limb, or being able just to be able to speak, having the ability of having a mouthpiece. Or if someone can't see, maybe their hearing is going to be able to be used for some other purpose, because sometimes our senses be stronger because of that. Okay. Next question. To keep your bones from rubbing against each other, God has designed what? Good, cartilage. Our cartilage in our bones, like when our joints, like in our knee, we have like cartilage where it joins together. It's like a sponge-like stuff to be able to help us to be able to, so that when we can absorb, so whenever we say we jump up and down, that helps us to not be able to come down and hurt ourselves as bad because of the cartilage in our bones. To be able to help us to be strong, so we don't, to be like almost like a spring. Okay? God has put tiny hairs inside of our nose to keep you from getting wet in your body. You know what the hairs are for in our nose? You have to filter out what? Dust, germs, and things. That's what God has designed to keep us keep us away from awful smells of dirt and smells. That's like, when we sneeze, that's because it's for the purpose of that, is to help us. So when we sneeze, that's our way of our body trying to reject the smell that might come to us. So like, you took pepper, someone puts pepper in your nose, and you start sneezing, it's something that's not supposed to be there, so it helps us to cleanse it to not be there. Okay. What about in our mouth? What's in our mouth that helps us with our food and with digestion? There's liquid in our mouth. What's in our mouth? Saliva. Okay. It helps us to taste as well. Okay. What is the special code that is used in our body that tells? Okay. And our fingers enable us to move things around, doing both heavy and delicate jobs that animals can't do. Which finger is it that we use? Thumb. Our thumb. Our thumb is very important to us. It helps us with writing, helps us to grip things. As you guys seen with our pen, if we didn't have the pen in our hand, or we could say like this eraser I have in my hand, if I didn't have my thumb, it'd be kind of difficult to hold it like that. I won't be able to hold it very long, it's going to fall. That's why our thumb has helped a good secure fit to hold it. Okay? And last question. Would you say God is an amazing creator? Yes, He is. Okay, let's remember our stick one more time. It says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well.
All right, let's also look at the verse that is going to be for you for tomorrow. Oh, this is actually in Russian. So let's read it in Russian too. Славлю тебя, потому что я дивно устроен. Дивны дела твои, и душа моя вполне сознает это. Okay. Could we have Luke 6:31, please? This is going to be your verse for tomorrow. 6:31. I'll read in Russian. И как хотите, чтобы с вами поступали люди, так и вы поступайте с ними.
And in English, and as you wish that others would do to you, do so to them.
Do you know what is the other way people talk about this? What is it called? What is it called? It's something, some type of a rule, people say. It's a type of a rule. What kind of rule is this? The golden rule. That's right. This is the golden rule that we see in the Bible. That whatever, the rule goes like this. That if you want people to treat you nice, you be nice to them. And typically, of course there's some religious mean people, but typically, if you treat people nice, they will treat you nice back. If you want to have friends, you have to be friendly. You be friendly, you will have friends. All right. We got just a few moments and we'll hear the bell. So just wait up and you'll get to move on.
Can I have more onions?
Once you get home, tell your mom you want a lot of onions. Alright guys, who remembers the verse? This is the first half. Anyone out of memory?
Oh, yeah.
Today's verse?
I know 64.
No, the other
I
one.
forgot the first word.
It's the Psalms.
Can they put it on
What?
again? It's a fantasy that I am. Oh, a crazy because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Alright, let's see what it is.
Crazy.
I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And the second part. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. So, try to remember this. Whenever you go home tonight, whenever you pray tonight, thank God for all the awesome things He gave you. Remember what we were talking about? All the fun things that you enjoy doing? You can use your mind and your body. Time for you to thank Him. You remember, oh yeah, God, thank you for giving me hands and eyes and whatever you have. So,
Sprouts Farmers Market. Great prices on the freshest produce and so much more.
Western desert hot and dry. Western desert hot and dry. Barren land, the cloudless sky. Barren land, the cloudless sky. Jesus makes the desert bloom. Jesus makes the desert bloom. Living water for me and you. Living water for me and you. Me and you. Summer rain, summer rain. God made you and God made me. Summer rain, summer roo. All of the old and young ones too. And we all are. No matter who you are. Summer rain, summer rain. Hey, we're all one family. So everybody, everywhere. Everybody, everywhere. Come along, no time to spare. Come along, no time to spare. This crazy world has gone astray. This crazy world has gone astray. Jesus is the only way.
Good day, mates. How's it going today? Are you good? How are you guys liking Vacation Bible School so far? Doing good? Good. So today, we're going to first, we're going to start off, we're going to recap what we learned from yesterday. Do you guys remember? What did we learn about yesterday?
We did not come from
Good. We didn't come from monkeys.
We learned about
You learned about kangaroos? Wow.
Yep, that God created us. That's correct.
Good. Yep, that's good. Yep, we came from dust. Who was the first man that actually was created? Good. Who was his wife? Good. So do you guys know where we're going to go today? Coral Reef. Yep, we're going to take a drive. We're going to take a flight, and we're going to go to the Great Barrier Reef. Do you guys know how big that is? Yeah, it's a big one. How far can we see it from? Yep. So I'm going to turn it over to David, and he can tell you a little bit more about the reef, all right?
All right, so let's look. What do we see? The first one. What? There's fish there. And what else? Turtles. And what is this? Coral. You know, there's other things that there are on the reef. There's a whole bunch of different kind of animals. There's whale sharks, and manta rays, and snakes, and giant clams, and seahorses, and mantis shrimp, and other kind of animals that live there. Some of them are poisonous.
The snake is a very poisonous one. That's the most poisonous snake that actually lives.
Well, there's some other dangerous fish, and so there's a stonefish that lives there that's dangerous, and also a blue ring octopus, and jellyfish. Do you know jellyfish are very dangerous? You shouldn't be touching jellyfish. Do we have poisonous jellyfish in California? Yes, we do. So whenever you're walking on the sand by the ocean, you shouldn't be touching the jellyfish because they could be poisonous. You have a question? Blobfish? I don't know. Maybe there is. Okay. Do you know who our animal pal is for today?
Yeah.
What is his name?
Coral.
It's Shimmer the Coral, right? He is our animal pal that is going to be with us today. Okay, so let's look at. Okay, so we're going to do something very interesting. We're going to look at different senses that you have, and we're going to start with bones. Oh.
Okay, we're going to start with our bones. Okay. You guys know what this is?
Skeleton.
Yeah. You guys see what's in our skeleton? See that we have a head, we have bones in our hands, our legs, our ribs. Okay. As we learn about our bones, we're going to use it as this as an example. You guys know what this is? Oh, it's like a rag doll. Does a rag doll have bones? No? Or yes? No? So if I lift up the rag doll's hand, is it going to just stay up by itself? Let's try. What happened? Fell down. Yeah, a rag doll doesn't have bones. Do you know who has bones though? Yes, we all have bones. You guys want to stand up and we can try? Let's try. So all lift our hands.
Stand
in front
up,
of us.
everybody,
Everyone
stand up. And do what?
So do what I say. Okay, let's put our hands in front of us. Is it going to fall down like the rag doll? No, because our bones help protect it to be able to keep us doing that. Let's try another thing. Let's hold our hands out. Let's lift our foot up. See if we can balance ourselves. Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. Good. Put it back down. See, the rag doll can't do that. Their feet, see, they're all dangling. They have no bones. They can't have no control over that. Okay. That's why bones are so important, that God's given us bones for our structure, to keep us strong, to keep us so we don't fall. So we have cartilage too in our bones. If you guys feel on your knee, you guys feel your knee, feel the bone there. Underneath the bone, there's what's called cartilage. That cartilage is what helps us, it's a spongy-like thing. It helps us to be able to, so when we jump up and down, it's like, it keeps us like it's a spring. Helps us to be able to see that we can be able to, so we don't fall and hurt ourselves very badly. Okay? Do you guys know what the smallest bone in our body is? No? Except there's one smaller than that. It's as small as a rice grain.
Yep, as one rice grain.
One little rice grain.
That's how small your bone is.
How small the bone is. Do you know where you can find
this
that?
size though.
It's in our ear.
Yep.
We have a bone in our ear that's that small.
Nope.
No.
Well, there's a little bone in your ear, and it's just the size of a small little rice grain.
No, you can't feel it. It's very deep inside our ear, almost near our brain area. It's way back there. Okay. So that's why the bone's so important. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to the next topic. You guys know what that is? It's our nose. Do we know what we use for our noses? What we use our noses for? Yep, smelling. Good. Our nose is very important. It helps us to smell different smells. It also helps.
You guys can sit down.
You guys can sit down now. Sorry. Our nose is very important. It helps us to smell. If we didn't have our nose, we wouldn't be able to smell things when things go bad, things that smell good. I'm starting to smell something though. What's that I'm smelling? You know what it might be, David? Starting to smell something stinky. Phew. Did someone not take a bath or what? I forgot. Oh yeah, it's my shoes, I think. It's my socks. I'm starting to smell it through my shoes. Our nose can be able to detect that kind of smell. That's why it's so important. It helps us keep the bad smells out. And that's also why sometimes when we sneeze, It helps us keep those bad smells out of our body, so we don't have because dirt, all the dust, even germs. That's why we sneeze, and it helps us to keep our body away and be purified from all the different diseases. Okay, so that's why it's so important, and that's also too works for food too. When we have certain foods, if we're drinking milk, and we take a glass of milk and we open the thing and we see the date on the milk says the expiration date says it expires July 1st, but we're on July 14th and we smell the milk. Boy, it smells sour. It tells us it's bad milk, because if we were to drink that, it's like poison to our body. So that's why God protects us from that. So we're going to do a little experiment, okay, to see how good our noses are. So we're going to start. We have 5 different items that we're going to have you all smell. And you guys can tell me what you guys think, so you can see how powerful your guys' noses are, okay? So here's the first one. By looking, what do you guys think it might be? It's actually a cotton ball with something on it. So just what do you think? Okay, all right. I'll pass it around. You guys can see what you think it might be. That's it. Think about it for a minute.
Teachers, do you want to try it too? Oh yeah, they want to.
You guys want to? All right. Who wants to get a shot at it? See, who do you think it is? Close. One in the back. I'm sorry? No. Milan, do you want to try? No. Bad egg? No. One more turn. Who should I pick? Let's go with the little girl right here. No, this was actually a pickle juice. Pickle juice. It's partly vinegar. It's when you make pickle juice. Okay, we're gonna try this next one. How about this one? Does anyone even guess before we start? Okay, let's try. Yeah, give everyone a chance to smell it before you guys check.
Hold on, don't say anything. Let everyone try to guess.
Okay. Do the teachers want to try too?
Yeah, they definitely want to try.
All right, who wants to guess this time? Someone different. Let's see. Let's try this one. Miata? Right, there's miata.
It is. It's mint. Miata.
Mint. Okay, next one. You guys think this one might be?
Daniel,
Chocolate?
they also want to try it.
Oh, sorry. Grab the teachers. They want to try it too. They want to try this experiment. All right. One says chocolate. Who wants to try now? No. Yep. No. No. We'll do one more. Let's try on this side. Good. No. This one actually was imitation vanilla.
Vanilla extract.
Vanilla extract. Sometimes you use it to make ice cream with when you're making homemade ice cream or just.
Nope, it's
No.
made out of vanilla.
It's vanilla, vanilla. Okay, next one. Try this one.
No lettuce.
Smells pretty lemony. Smells like candy.
Let's let the teachers try. Should we let your teachers try? See if they can guess it?
Yeah.
You want to let them try? You guys want to try? Good. Okay. Last one.
Are you scared to smell this one?
You smeared. What do you guys think? What do you think it's going to be before you think it's going to smell it?
Okay, remember, you can't say what it is, but everyone else smell it.
So, what?
Hold on, let the teacher smell it too.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to guess this time?
Everybody wants to guess.
Let's see. Who should I choose? Who hasn't gone yet? Nikita?
It's coffee.
Yep, it's coffee. No, it's coffee. Coffee is a very good smell sometimes when we have all these different smells. You guys know? Coffee actually is a good smell to help when we have like strong perfume smells. It can help bring our nose so we can back to smelling normal. And there's one animal too that has a stronger smell than us. Do you guys know who it is? What it is? No? I'm sorry? No. I give a hint. No, I'll give you a hint. Sometimes we have them as pets. Dogs. A dog has almost 10 times smell than a human. Sometimes we use the dogs, so they actually help us to smell. Okay. So David now is going to tell you about a little bit about the other.
All right, so let's see what are we going to look at next. It's going to be our DNA. And you would think, what is DNA and why we're talking about it? But if you look at one another, you look different, right? Some of you have blonde hair, some of you have dark hair, blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes. That's what DNA makes you look different. So what is DNA? DNA is information that is in your body that tells you who you're going to be. And that's why God has made us all different. And that is what makes the difference. And so Daniel's going to pass out a piece of paper and a marker, and we're going to make DNA. So you can use any letters that you want, and you can write in a row any kind of letters and see what kind of DNA we can come up with. So grab a piece of paper and a marker. No. DNA is all the information about you. Yes, it is genetics. You are correct. Okay, let me ask you a question. What do you think? What is more complicated? What is DNA or the biggest supercomputer ever? What do you think? That's right. You could think the biggest computer ever is probably very complicated, right? And it is. But our DNA is way, way more complicated. You know why? Because people make computers. And who made people? God made people. That's right. Jesus, God has made us. And because He is such an awesome creator, we are His creation and we're way, way better. Okay, so you can write different kind of letters from the alphabet, and that's going to be the DNA. Okay? Different kind of letters. Different letters you can write on there. Разные буквы напишите, которые придумайте. Будем делать сейчас DNA. Okay, are you boys done writing DNA? No. Come on, write DNA code. Have to do it. We'll see what you can come up with. No, you have to write letters. Because see, DNA is based, it looks like letters. They're not really letters, but they look like letters. That's what you're writing. In different kind of codes. And all of you have different kind of codes. Huh? That's it. You don't have to write many, just a few. Okay? So that's how DNA works. Okay. I'm going to talk about the next one, and then Daniel will talk about it. What do you think is the next one? Let's see. The next one is our hands. Right? You think our hands are just very small, right? Compared to your body, your hand is pretty small. But let's see if you can do things without your hands. Okay, I need 2 volunteers. Teachers, you choose 2 volunteers. Come on up. Those who called, come on up. Okay. Put your hands behind your back. Okay. Can you pass the ball without using your hand? You want to try? No? You think you can do it? How? Okay, there's one. Come on, pass. Ah, it's not as easy. Okay, do you think somebody else? You guys can sit down. Okay, if you think you can do it, you can come up one by one. Okay, come Come on, David. You come first. Come up. Okay. Your hands behind your back. How are you going to pass it on? It's not as easy as you thought. Okay. How are you going to pass it on? No? Okay. Okay. Well, okay, let's try. Okay. You guys can sit down. Get two more. Okay, no, you guys sit down. Pick two more. Okay. Hands behind your back. Okay. You want to try? How are you going to try it? No? Where were you? Okay. Oh, it's falling. Okay, you can sit down. Okay, go ahead and try. Okay, pass it on. It's not easy. Okay, one more time. Okay, let's not kick the ball. Okay, go ahead and sit down. So you see that without your hands, you can't even pass the ball around. See, it is hard. Okay, let's look at your fingers. Look at your fingers. Do you see the little lines on your hands? What is that? Those are fingerprints, right? But if you try them, do you see how they're a little rough? You can feel them? You can feel little lines in your hands? Well, God has made those so you can grab things and hold things, right? So you can grab it with two fingers and it's not falling. That's what God has made. Give you those lines. Okay? Listen up. Hey, everybody, let's listen up. Okay. So that's what He has made. For us to grab things. Okay. Do you have the markers? Okay. Go ahead and put your hand like this, put your thumb like this inside, and use only these four fingers to write something. Just the four fingers without the thumb. Yeah, you can't use the thumb. See if you can write anything. Yeah, practice. See, one thumb. So out of 5 fingers, you're not just going to use 4. These 4s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you didn't use your thumb? Okay, see? It's not as easy. And see how your letters look? Not as pretty, right? Yeah? Okay. Let's close your markers. Okay, let's close your markers. And you're going to give them back to me. And then Daniel is going to talk about the next interesting body part. Okay, close your markers.
All right, we're going to move on to the next body part, our eyes.
Yeah, you can keep that.
You guys know where your eyes are? Yep, that's for our eyes. How many do we have? 2.
Markers.
Correct. All right, our eyes are very important for us too. It helps us to see. It's like a camera. You know, when cameras take pictures, it's kind of like what our eyes are doing, taking pictures, sending signals to our brain. It makes it so that we can see clearly. That's why our eyes are very important. But there's some of us, like myself, since I have trouble seeing, I have to have special lenses to help me to see. That's what they call glasses. My glasses are what act as my lens to help me to see. That's what we have in our body too. We have a lens, see, right here, this is a lens. It helps us to be able to see. That sharpens our images so we can see when we're from focusing, going in and out, like a camera does. And then there's another part in our eye that's very important as well. The little black part right here. Do you know what that's called?
Eyeball.
No?
Eyeball.
The whole thing's the eyeball. The black part is your pupil. The pupil is something that's very important too. So when it comes to when we're like outside and playing, if we go outside, we're going to be playing when we go outside. If it's light outside, our pupils are going to be very small because we don't need much light coming in. But when it gets dark and we go out and play and we want to look at the stars, our pupil gets bigger. It helps us to be able to, so that it can let more light in so we can be able to see. So it helps our lens to be able to focus a lot clearer. So those are the kind of important parts of our eyes. We also have some of the veins and stuff in our eyes too that helps us to be able to see with the colors that we see, like how we see our orange shirts or green shirts. That's what's important as well. Okay? And our eyes has many muscles too. So when we close our eyes and blinking, That's our muscles working. Okay? Next part we're going to learn about is our mouth. What do you guys think our mouth does? What do we use our mouth for? Our mouth helps us to eat, helps us to talk, helps us to taste things, helps us with food when we're eating food. What else do we have in our mouth? We have our teeth. We have our tongue. Did you guys know that God's created our tongue for a reason? Yes, so we can taste. What kind of foods does our tongue help us to taste with? Yeah. Helps us taste different flavors like sour. So when something's very sour like a lemon, or citrusy, or even it can help us to taste things that are sweet. So when we eat like cookies and the sugar, we can taste it. And our teeth also are very important when we're eating. Our front teeth helps us to be able to, when we chew, helps us to be able to cut things. Same thing with our canine teeth. Those are the sharp teeth. Then we have our bicuspids and our molars. Those are there to help us to be able to process the food with the saliva in our mouth. To be able to help it to be able to process the food so we can ingest the food when we swallow to make it smaller. Okay? So that's why it's so important to have our mouth as well, and also helps us to talk. We also breathe through our mouth sometimes when our nose is stuffed. And I want to show you guys, we're going to hold up a mirror so you guys can see your mouth and you can see your eyes. See how we all have when we look at our eyes? We see how different color eyes, you can see the dark ones, you can see our mouth. You can see our tongue, you can see our teeth. Do you guys happen to know, noticing, do you know how many sets of teeth that we actually go through? No. We actually have 2 sets of teeth. The first set of our teeth are called baby teeth. And as we grow older, we'll lose those teeth and we get bigger teeth. And that's when we get to be able to have, those will be our permanent teeth. We're not like shark and have our teeth grow constantly and when we lose them. Okay? So now we're going to move on. We're going to bring on our favorite puppet friend.
I know who's Sandy.
You guys know who our puppet friend was? Yeah, I can't hear you. What's his name?
Sandy.
Yeah. Yes, it's Sydney. Where's Sydney? Sydney, where are you?
Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and
You guys hear what he's
shoulders,
singing?
knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
Hey, Sydney.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello. So that was a fun song that you were singing. You guys want to sing with us as we sing this song?
Hey.
Everybody stand up. Come on, let's stand up. Let's sing the song with Sydney.
Head
Come on,
and
head.
shoulders, knees
Come on, guys,
and
stand
toes.
up. Stand up. Come on, guys, stand up. You ready? Okay, here we go. We're going to sing the song. Ready? It goes head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. As you guys can see, it's very important that God has created us.
So Daniel, God made her head, right?
Yes, God. Yes, He did. It's a great head.
And God made his shoulders?
Yes, God made our shoulders too.
And God made knees and toes?
Yes, God even made our knees and toes.
And God made her brain and his heart and her lungs and fingers and nose and eyes and ears and toes and teeth.
Sydney.
Yeah, yes.
God made every part of us. And the Bible tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made.
You're fearfully made? That sounds scary.
It's not. It just means God should be praised for making you one of a kind creation.
Ooh, that is nice.
And the Bible also says we are marvelously
Marvelous? Everyone's marvelous? What is marvelous?
It means absolutely terrific. And yes, all kids in the classroom are marvelous.
All of God's works are marvelous.
That's right. Being marvelous work isn't something for us to be proud of, as we were big shots. After all, we didn't make ourselves. God did. But we can be thankful that God made us special, and He wants us to use that special body to please Him.
I am thankful, and I do want to please God.
I'm glad to hear that, Sydney. Boys and girls, before Sydney goes, let's practice today's verse because it talks about God's marvelous work. Let's try it now. You guys know what the verse is today? It says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. Okay, let's try it together. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderfully are your works. My soul knows it very well. All right, you guys. Sydney's got to go this time, so we're going to say bye to Sydney. Bye, Sydney.
Bye, boys and girls.
Okay, some things that we're going to recap now, okay? We're going to talk it over. What are some cool parts that you learned about your body? You guys remember? What did we learn about what's something cool that we learned about our body? Yep, we have a brain. Anybody else? Made our mouth, our head. Yep, our nose. Okay. So think about something you like to do. It could be a sport, a hobby. Have everything thanked. Have you ever thanked God for giving you the mind, the body to be able to do your favorite activity? You guys? Our bodies, you guys, has been designed very uniquely, and God has created us for a special purpose.
No.
Hey, listen up.
Садись. We're still going through the lesson. Just have a seat.
All right, guys. God has made us for a special purpose, for us to be able to
Okay, let's look at the verse. That is going to be tomorrow's verse. Can we have a look? 631. So we'll look at the verse. That is going to be your verse for tomorrow. Alright. И как хотите, чтобы с вами поступали люди, так и вы поступайте с ними. And as you wish that others would do to you, do so to them. This is called a what? A golden rule. That's right. So if you want people to be nice to you, you have to be nice to them. If you want to have friends, you have to be what? Friendly. You have to be friendly, right? If you're going to be friendly, nice to other people, they're going to be friendly to you. So, okay, as we're about to finish, that is going to be your verse for tomorrow. Okay.
Alright, you guys, let's stand up. Let's sit stand.
These two rows together. Everyone look outside.
Hey guys. Hi, wait. Hey mates. There you go. Australia. How was your guys' day? You guys enjoyed the obstacle course? Enjoy all the games you played? Or what about crafts? What did you guys do for crafts? Because I wasn't able to stop by and see. Wait up. Can I get some? I need a volunteer. Can somebody tell me what you did for crafts? You did a board game. Sorry. Oops. What kind of board game did you guys do? Crocs and kangaroos. Are you guys ready for our dad joke of the evening? Guys. All right, I'm going to give you guys one dad joke. You guys listen carefully and make sure, for now, because it's a tease. I can't give you everything. That's not fair. We got to stagger these out. These dad jokes are golden. They make my, if I don't get my daily dad joke, I can't go to sleep. I have people literally texting me dad jokes to help me out. Like, for example, today Anna sent me 2. I can read them for you guys later. All right, I will give you guys one awesome dad joke. You guys ready? Yeah. Why did the mama coral scold the baby coral? Because she was acting stuck up. Yeah, I don't know, that one's a little... Guys, everybody still laugh, come on. Nice. Okay. All right, do you guys remember we talked about last time that every single time we decide to end our VBS or we're coming towards a close, we want to give you a takeaway. So for today's takeaway, I want to leave you with a specific thought. Every single one of you guys are made uniquely. I want you to look at your eyes. Touch your eyes for me like this. Can I see that? Touch your nose. Does your nose squish like mine? Yeah. Look at that. No, it doesn't. It's just mine. See, mine's special. Your guys is special too. How about your ears? Can your ears flap like this? Yeah. Mine can flap a lot because when I was younger, my parents made sure they twisted my ears. They really stretched them out. Every part about you guys, God designed specially for you. And so whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, let's say people always tell you, man, you're so amazing. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so this. God designed you and he took the time to design you. You don't want to ever come to a point where you take the credit for the design that God gave you. So we don't want to become prideful and be like, I'm the prettiest thing in the world and it's because I did my hair this way. God gave you that hair. But you know what else? Because God designed each and every single one of you, you shouldn't ever put yourself down either. Everything about you, God designed specifically for you. And you are beautiful and amazing just the way you are. Because God took the time to make you. And so we want to thank God for all the things that he's given us. The ears to hear, the eyes to see, the hair that protects us from the sunburns. Mine especially. One time I went bald. Man, I barely walked outside and my head was like red with sunburn. It was horrible. I had to wear a hat all the time. I'm thankful for my hair. You guys thankful for your hair? Pat your head and say, I'm thankful for my hair. And be really happy, guys, because with the Russian community, in 20 years, you might not have the hair. All right. Right now, we're going to praise the Lord. Where is our awesome singer, Annabelle? Everybody say hi, Annabelle. Hi. All right, let's cheer her on. She's coming on to the...
Hey, you guys, let's stand up, and we're gonna do the song we learned this morning again, okay? We're gonna sing the song Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, because we're fearfully and wonderfully made, right? We have eyes, we have ears, we have a nose. Okay, let's start from the top. Okay, let's get ready.
I have some ears to hear and a nose to smell, some eyes to see and a mouth to yell, a brain for reason and feet to jump, lungs for breathing and teeth to chomp. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a muscle here and a tendon there, and stretchy skin stretching everywhere, some wiggly fingers and wavy hair, and a jumble of organs in here somewhere. Use your legs to stand and your arms to raise, your heart to love and your voice to praise, your mind to marvel at the Father's ways. You're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Sit down and let's all quiet down because we're going to see our awesome show.
Zoomerang, zoomeree, yeah, God made you and God made me. Zoomerang, zoomeroo, all of the old and young ones too, and near or far, no matter who you are. Zoomerang, zoomeree, hey, we're all one family.
Hey guys, that storm last night fried one of our computers. Could we do a quick run through of the sound effects? I just want to make sure everything working properly. Great, let me know when you're ready. Okay, let's start with the right answer. Good. Wrong answer. And round over. Excellent. Did I miss anything? Okay, very funny. Back to work, guys.
Good morning.
You're late again?
Yeah, but not as young as yesterday. And this time, ta-da! I brought you a vanilla latte with a dash of cinnamon. Your favorite, right? What's wrong? You don't like it anymore?
Okay, Kara, we need to talk.
My name's not Kara, by the way.
What?
I said my name's not Kara. It's Winter.
Okay, this isn't the time or place. You've got a job now. You're an employee. You have responsibilities.
Oh, don't remind me. So, this is it, huh? Where it all happens. My friend Angelina would be so jealous right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is you need to start taking work more seriously, okay? You can joke around all you want in your own time.
But I'm not joking. I went down to courthouse and changed my name.
What? You did not.
Did too. The certificate arrived yesterday. See?
I can't believe it. Why on earth would you do that?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
That's all right. On the set with the director of the #1 game show in the world, Zoomering. Done. But you know what's funny? I've never seen it. I can't believe I just told you that. Never seen what? Your show, Zoomering. Can you believe that? My aunt works at the big time show and I've never even watched it. Well, you're about to see it. Let's go. Whoa, you sure know how to spoil the moments, don't you? Wait, don't forget your latte.
So, what'd you think about yesterday? Was it as amazing as you expected?
Oh yeah, it was.
Really? Even with the little rough spot you had at the beginning?
Oh, that was just part of my strategy.
Is that what it was? Well, you certainly have an interesting game plan.
So let's talk more about the quiz team that you're on. What's your score?
59-0.
59-0? Whoa, that's...
Impressive. I know, we have a really good coach.
So, does that mean you never know the agony of defeat?
Oh no, I have. Once, when I was 2, I lost to my dad at a game of chess.
You were playing chess when you were 2?
Yeah, and I was so upset, I didn't watch Elmo for an entire month. At least, that's what my parents told me. I don't really remember it.
So, in other words, you don't really remember how it feels like to lose.
No, not really.
Well, guess what? I'm going to remind you.
All right, guys. Great job yesterday. Are you ready to do it again?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah.
Good. Then let's get the show on the road. Okay, is everyone ready? Samba? Wade? Contestants? All right, here we go. Welcome everyone to Zoomering Studios. So, how many of you saw yesterday's show? Whoa, wonderful. We're so glad you came back. It really means to us a lot. So, you remember the drill, right? When I raise the applause sign, you clap and cheer, okay? All right, Zoomering in 3... What's wrong? Oh, well, this is awkward. I didn't know you had a company. Pay no attention to the girl on the tricycle. Ouch! Okay, you know what? I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. All right, Zoomering in 3, 2, 1. Wade? You're on. Oh no, are you okay?
I don't know, I was back there and then something with wheels and, I think I'm okay now, I think. Let's catch my breath. All right. Let's get started, shall we? All right. Hello and welcome to Wade Martin. I'm your host, Zoomering. I didn't say that right, did I? Anyways, you guys know what I meant. Anywho. So today is our day 2 of our week-long challenge. Anyways, we have our lovely contestants here, and as you guys know, we will be playing exactly the same way as yesterday. For example, in round 1, they will be answering questions. In round 2, I'll be picking you guys, so you guys get ready for round 2. And last but not least, our double bonus question, which is a lot of points. So you guys get ready, you gotta listen. And hope you guys paid attention too in class. But before we get started, let's get to know our contestants a little better, shall we? So first up we have Buckeye Zoe. So Zoe, can you tell us something you like and dislike?
Oh, that's easy. I love to read.
Oh, really? That's interesting. You know what they say, right? Reading is what exercises to the body. And do you have anything in particular?
No, not really. I like pretty much anything. Textbooks, biographies, novels, even dictionaries.
Dictionaries? Wow, kind of weird, but all right. Anywho, something you dislike.
Well, how about overdressed, egotistical know-it-alls?
Is that how we talk about our fellow image bearers, though? Anywho, let's move on to Steven, shall we? So, Steven, can you tell us something you like?
Reading's okay, but what I really love is winning.
Winning?
Yeah, I love to win.
And let me guess, is something you dislike is losing?
Oh yeah, I hate to lose.
Anywho, alright, well. So you guys ready to play Zoom-Ring?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Well now. Alright, round one. Question one for 1,000 points. Australia is home to the most venomous sea creature. What is it? Steven.
The box jellyfish.
That's right. And the box jellyfish looks like a little piece of plastic around the size of a coin. So it's kind of hard to see. But it can kill you in a matter of minutes. So pretty dangerous. So you gotta keep your eyes out when you go swimming. And second question. What's the name of the doctor service that takes care of people in remote areas? Zoe.
The Royal Flying Doctor Service.
That's right. They outfit little airplanes, like emergency rooms, and then they fly out to people in remote areas to perform surgeries or other medical necessities. All right. Oh, this one might be a little difficult, but what's the largest organ in the human body? Zoe?
Is it the liver?
That's incorrect. Steven?
The brain?
Well, no. They're both really good answers, actually. However, it's actually our skin. Yeah. And skin is actually really important since it keeps all the insides inside and it keeps us cool when it's hot outside. And we gotta thank God for that since it's pretty important. Next question. Also about the body. What's the name that God created the thing flap in your throat that keeps food from going into your lungs? Steven.
Epiglottis.
That's right. And it's pretty important since you don't want to be eating it and going into your lungs, right? I mean, you can be pretty hard to, breathe in general. All right, last question. This is going to be difficult. You guys ready? Think about this really, really hard. If you break a bone in your body, what substance comes out and seals it and eventually fixes it? Ooh, that's a hard one. That's what I'm saying. Steven.
I didn't press the button, sir.
Watching you, Steven. Zoe.
Is it callus?
That's right, it is actually callus. Callus, actually, substance that comes from the break and fixes it. And it's pretty important. I mean, we gotta thank God for our bones because if we didn't have that, every time we break a bone, they're not gonna go back together. They're just gonna be little noodle arms. But with that, seems like round one is complete. So you guys ready to play round two? Let's see. Who shall I pick? Well, I'm gonna go through the rules one more time, if you guys didn't hear it last time, I'll be picking 3 of you guys, 3 for each team, and you guys will have these little petals, and if I say any of you guys want to answer, either pick up number 1, 2, or 3, all right? And you guys can actually help the people. But then in the end, we have a bonus question. So, you guys prepared? See, who shall I pick? Who shall I pick? Ivea, on Team Zoe. All the way in the back. Yeah, you. Yep. Now, also another random. You. And you can be on Team Zoe this time. All the way over there. Yep, that's you. That's right. Come on up. And you also be going on Team Zoe. Alright, let's see. Who shall I pick next? Yes, you, all the way in the corner. Yep. Come on up. Not him. Come on up. On boys' side, on boys' team. And one more. Also in the corner. Yes, that's you. I see you. I know you want to get up. Alright, so you guys ready? You guys ready to play? Alright, you guys gotta focus. Alright, now, should we begin? Alright, now question 1. Get ready, question 1. What does it mean to be fearful and wonderfully made? Alright, think about it. Alright, number 1, you're special, one-of-a-kind creation by God. 2, God was scared when he made you. Or number 3, neither of these. So what do you guys think? You guys gonna help him out? Alright, ready guys? And the answer is number 1. More special and one of a kind. God takes great credit for creating each and every one of us. Now, you guys ready for number 2? Did God create people who live with disabilities with great care and purpose? Alrighty? Number 1, yes. Number 2, no. Or number 3, maybe. You guys ready? Pick them up. Which one do you guys think? Alright, and it's number 1 again. That's correct. God is perfect and does all things well. He doesn't make mistakes. So, each person, including anyone with disabilities, God created them with a purpose. And all of you guys as well. Now, question number 3 is to what building could we compare our DNA? Alright guys, ready? Number 1, a restaurant. Number 2, a library. Or number 3, a stadium. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Alright, 3, 2, 1. Show them up. That's right, it is 2. Yep, a library. Your DNA is like a library with lots of information. And it will take more than 50 years to type everything out, like little words. But now moving on. You guys ready? All right. How many different smells can your nose detect? Ready? Number 1, 1,000. Number 2, 10,000. Or number 3, 1 trillion. Think about it, think about it. Alright, I'll say it again. Number 1 is 1,000. Number 2 is 10,000. And number 3 is 1 trillion. Alright, you guys ready? Set, show them, show them, show them, show them, show them. And it's number 3. It's about 1 trillion. And that's pretty amazing, right? Let's not forget about thanking God about this. I mean, 1 trillion smells, that's a lot of smells we have to memorize, and pretty important too. All right. Oh, it seems like we have our last question until double bonus, guys. One more until double bonus, kids. All right, here it is. God made different teeth for different purposes. Which ones are bumpy and large? Make them good for grinding up food. All right. I'd say that beforehand. I am not really good at reading, so guys, stay in school. You guys got to read. Because I can't really read that well. So if I say some of these words incorrectly, but let me say them. Ready? Number 1, incensors. Thank you. See, you've been to school. Incensors. Number 2, canines. Or number 3, molars. All right. What do you guys think? Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. And that's right. It is number 3. See, our teeth have many different unique purposes. And God created them, every tooth unique. Just like our fingerprints, actually. And it seems like round 2 is complete, kids. Now, we're going to go on to our double bonus question. And remember, kids, you guys cannot help them at all. No, you can't show no fingers. You can't shout it out. They're really quiet and let them think on their own. Okay? I see you back there. You can't cheat. You can't cheat. All right. You guys ready? Now, remember, this counts for 10,000 points. 10,000. All right. You guys ready? In what part of your body is the smallest bone that God created? Alrighty? Number 1, in your ear. Number 2, in your pinky finger. Or number 3, in your nose. Alright. Number 1, I'll say it one more time. Number 1, in your ear. Number 2, in your pinky finger. Or number 3, in your nose. You guys ready? Set, show. That's right, it is in your ear. And it seems like both teams got 10,000 points. Let's get a round of applause. I'm looking at my little sheet here and it says, that's it for our show, guys. So remember that. Remember this all. Remember this carefully. That we all need to be fearful of God and that we're all fearfully and wonderfully made by Him. Okay? So see you guys tomorrow, all right?
Ready?
let's stay seated until your parents come and release you, because otherwise we're going to have everybody running around. If your parents come and get you, then you can go with them. While we're waiting for our parents, we're going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stand together and we're going to thank God for this wonderful day. And we're going to thank God that He has made us the way we are, unique and beautiful and amazing. So let's everybody get up and we're going to pray. Come on. Let's pray. Lord, we thank you, Jesus, for everything that you have given us. For the nose that has over 1 trillion scents that we can smell. For the ears that we have that have that tiniest little bone known to man. We thank you, Lord, for the eyes that see, for the hair that grows, for the skin that covers our organs. Thank you, Jesus, for everything you've given us. We know that we are uniquely made in your image. And we ask that you use us and our hands for your glory, to do your will and to live as you meant us to live. God, thank you for all the teachers that were involved today, all the coordinators, and put the words of your truth in our heart. Amen.